Hi, and welcome to the Brief Earth Creates YouTube channel. Today we're making a Galaxy Light Up card featuring Hero Art's Galaxy Peekaboo Parts stamp set and Chibitronics sticker lights. So first I heat embossed the Galaxy background with white embossing powder to create an ink resisting effect. Next I'm going in with some Distress Oxide inks to create a Galaxy ink blended background. So I'm coming in first with some really bright pigment colors, which you might think wouldn't add up into a really good looking Galaxy background, but just wait till the end and you'll see. So first I started with Cracked Pistachio Distress Oxide ink, and then I moved on to Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide ink. And then for my third color, I'm coming in with some Wilted Violet. I heat embossed the background onto Bristol Smooth ink blending cardstock. This cardstock was a game changer for me. So I'm ink blending in kind of random spots because I want the colors to be kind of randomly dispersed. And then I'm coming in with the fourth color of Picked Raspberry. Yeah, that's the name. Sorry, it took me a second. Picked Raspberry Distress Oxide ink. Another game changer for me was the Waffle Flower Mini Media Mat. It holds the paper relatively in place, and it's super easy to clean afterwards with alcohol wipes. So now I'm coming in with black Soot Distress Oxide ink to darken up the Galaxy background. And I'm going to ink blend all around the perimeter and kind of in random spots within the center to spread the darkness throughout the card. And once I go back through and blend these colors out a few times, it's really going to look a lot more like a Galaxy background. So now I'm coming in with my Distress sprayer and creating a water resisting effect with the Distress Oxides. The water also helps clean off the excess ink over the ink resisted areas. After letting the ink blended background dry for a little bit, I went ahead and die cut the card panel with the distressed edged rectangle die to create kind of a torn effect around the outside border. To start creating the light up mechanism, I used a piece of scrap vellum and I traced with a pencil the outlines of the stars where we're going to have the lights shine through. So now we can use this piece of vellum to line up the lights perfectly on the black back panel of the card. So I'm just going to use a pencil and kind of trace those spots onto the black back panel. And we're going to be adding 4 lights, so I'm marking 4 different spots for the stars. I'm also marking where I want the push light up button mechanism to be located. After marking the star locations, I'm going to come in and create a push button mechanism for the lights in the battery. So I'm just using a kind of a scored piece of white scrapbook paper, and I'm going to use some double-sided tape to tape the back onto the card base. And on the scrap piece of paper, I marked plus sign and a minus sign just to kind of keep track of which direction I want the battery facing. Now I'm coming in with some Chibitronics copper tape, and I'm going to navigate the copper tape around the 4 star locations on the plus side and minus side. You need to pay attention to where you're placing the copper tape because you need to run 2 tracks of copper tape for your card to light up. You're going to need a positive track and a negative track. For this example, I'm keeping my positive track on the right hand side of the stars and my negative track on the left hand side. Now that I've finished laying the positive side of the copper tape, now we're moving on to the negative side. And just like the positive, we're going to be tracing right along the positive path, but leaving a little bit of space for the lights. You don't want the positive copper tape and the negative copper tape to be touching, or else your light mechanism won't work. So now I'm just going through and smoothing out the copper tape, and now I'm marking which side is the plus or minus. That way it's easier to know which direction to put the lights onto the copper tape, because the sticker lights are marked with a plus and minus sign also. As you're laying down the lights, you want to test them to make sure that you have a good connection between the copper tape and the sticker lights. So once again, I'm just going ahead and testing out all the connections. And as you can see with the push mechanism, the lights only light up once I push down the top fold of the piece of scrapbook paper. So now that I have the light mechanism working and all in place, I'm going to use foam tape to secure the placement of the push mechanism and add some height to account for the push mechanism as well. Now I'm coming in with the pencil and just marking on the card front where I want the push button to go. And now I'm back to just adding foam tape all around the back of the card front, just to make sure the height is equal all across the card. Make sure to try avoiding placing the foam tape over the copper tape. It might mess with your connection. To finish the card, I'm going to add the sentiment flag and the little astronauts and the little rocket ship. I colored these images with my Copic sketch alcohol markers. So I'm placing the first astronaut kind of in the center of the little ring of planets, and then I'm placing the other one in the bottom right corner, and then I'm placing the rocket ship kind of to make it look like it's blasting off with the little design behind it. And to finish off, I'm placing the sentiment up in the top right hand corner. And I already heat embossed the sentiment, "All the stars shine for you," with white embossing powder as well. And there you have it, a Galaxy Light Up card with Hero Arts Galaxy Peekaboo stamp set and Chibitronics sticker lights. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you come back soon.